Welcome to Acumatica Print Shop demonstration. In today's demo, we're going to walk you through how to get an art approval done within PrintShop. The art approval process could be in two ways. The conventional way of sending an email to a customer and sharing the artwork, which is a PDF or an image, and having them review it and respond back via an email that it's approved or declined. And then the user has to go and update some of the statuses in the job card or work order saying it's approved or declined. So that's the old way of doing things. The newer way of doing things in Acumatica Print Shop is the online art approval, which is a feature built in Print Shop. Based on your licensing, this feature will be enabled for you to do online art approval. So you can actually upload your artwork, the final one that you can see on the right side here. You can upload this to the job itself and then be able to send that out request to a customer to be able to preview this on their browser friendly, any browser, doesn't matter, and be able to accept in terms of approving it or declining it and being able to submit. So this gives a chance for the customer to review how the art is going to look like and be able to approve this anytime, anywhere, on any device, right? So that lets you your customer to take control of when they can see this and when they can approve this. So let's take a look at how this was built in Acumatica Print Shop using Acumatica's tools. In this case, we are using the feature of webhooks, and I'm going to walk you through that as well. So let's jump into the Print Shop module itself and take a look at that. So here I have a sales order for ABC Studios. We're doing a screen print job. We got some dates. We got some product that they're purchasing. And we do have a job card 1025 where the artist has been assigned. And let's say they have done the artwork and it's also approved by the supervisor. And they can go ahead and send this artwork for approval. So the conventional way of doing that is you can actually go into a sales order, and we do have screen print sales order with approval. So every job has its own report as well. So when you click on this, you can actually generate a report, which is your sales order on page 1, and on page 2 you have the art that you uploaded, and kind of gives an idea for the customer to take a look at it and be able to approve this. You can send this via email through the Acumatica email system. And then be able to share that with the customer, the PDF, which gets attached as well. And the customer can review this and send a response back saying, I approve the art. So that's the old way of doing things, and we don't want to do that. So what I'm going to show you today is the online approval. With your licensing key enabled, you will see a new tab called Approval Workflow. In here, we have the ability to accept certain statuses of the art, whether you want to do art ready for artist, supervisor, or art approved itself. If you're doing embroidery, then you do have the enabled DST statuses too. You also have a couple of options where you can say, every job needs a customer approval, and also it needs an account executive approval. If that is a process, you can turn this on. So with this turned on, now you can turn on the online art approval module by checking this checkbox saying, yes, I would like to enable it. And then we'll also use the webhooks, and we have to configure this, and something that we'll walk you through during our implementation. So within the webhooks, we can also configure that. And once that's configured, now I can enable that and also choose the notification template. So for the notification template, we will have to go into the email templates and configure all of this ahead of time. Here is an example of how the email might look when we send out to the customer. So I have some fields showing the job information and a link which will let them to click on it to be able to approve the artwork. With this all configured, we'll go back to our sales order information, bring up the job card, and then I'm one click away from sending this artwork for an approval. So let's say I have not sent this out and I need to get an art approval done. So as you can see here, there's a button called Submit Art Approval. When I'm ready to send that out, it's going to pick the email address of the art approval person's contact. In this case, it happens to be ABC Studios, Travers, and his particular email ID. So this again information comes right away from your contact information on the sales order itself. And if you change this, then obviously this would also reflect that. There's certain scenarios where if you want to override the contact, then you can go ahead and instead of sending it to the Travis Harper, maybe there's another person who approves art, you can put in their email ID and override the contact. For this demonstration, I'm going to leave that as it is. And what I'm going to do next is hit that button. Once I hit that button, it's going to use that webhooks. It's going to use that email template that I showed you, and it's going to populate the email and send that email out to the customer. So I'm going to hit the submit art approval button. The email is out. So let's go to emails pending processing and refresh. So bringing up the emails pending processing and making sure you can sort this by descending, you will see the email that was sent out to the customer. Let's open this up. This is what the customer would see on their end. They would see the job information, and they will also get a link to click on to approve the artwork. Again, this email template can be configured or written out in a different way for your business, but I'm just showing an example of how this works. So the customer would be their end could be using Gmail, Office, or any other email client, and they would click on this link to open up on their end. Again, I'm not logged into Acumatica as a customer. I'm seeing the sales order information, the job information, how it's going to look like, and I would go ahead and add some comments, and I can click on I approve or decline and submit that information. So once it's submitted, it is gone back to Acumatica. So if I go back to my sales order and bring up this 1025, you will notice that the status of this particular job is now art approved by the customer. And if I go down to my location and color information tab, you will also see that we are doing one location, and it also has an approval at the location level itself. So thereby you might have multi-location, then you can accept or decline at each location. When all the locations are approved, then the art approved also gets set to true. So that's the information we have built in the online approval process for you to be able to go ahead and upload new art images. And once it's up, the images are uploaded, you can go to location and assign those particular image to that particular location and get an approval done through by submitting an art approval process. So this will send out an email to your customer and be able to let the customer access it anytime and be able to approve or decline. So it also gets recorded in your CRM activities saying that an email went out as well to the customer. So all of these automations really help you to take advantage of doing online approval within Acumatica's workspace. So again, kind of showing you how this works as a single source of truth, and we're utilizing the Acumatica's XRP platform to be able to do this automation built into PrintShop newer version. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Thanks a lot.